Camp Blood, where do I start with this film? Not only did I pay 25p for this film, which I think is way too much, I had trouble getting it working. Yeah, wouldn't you believe that this film's that bad that even the console I was trying to play it on didn't work. So to start off, on the PS3, I tried to play it, it wouldn't select any menus. It would just come up the title screen, but wouldn't let me select menu. There's strike one. So I went downstairs to the Xbox 360, turned that on, and this happened. I've never had that before. And now, after ripping it, illegally, I might add, I've finally got a copy of it that I can watch and show you guys. I went through a bit too much trouble for this, so this best be fucking worth it. So this movie starts us off by spinning us around and around for no real reason really. And oh my dear God. Oh film, your video quality is a mess. You guys are probably thinking, oh, he's playing a prank on us, he's put a filter over it or fucked about with the quality. No, this is actually how the film looks. I think we might have seen the very first film that's used a VGA camera throughout the whole entirety of itself. This makes me feel very sick. Anyways, we're graced with the presence of these two twats. And they've been placed in the very beginning of this film, so obviously they're going to survive till the very end. Okay, this is how it goes down. These two are here to bird watch, but the bloke would rather ass watch. Don't blame him, birds are fucking boring anyway.
You're here to watch birds, not me.
No. We're just here to watch you try and act your way through the intro of this film. So, as you can guess, they're both opposite genders in a slasher film, so the fuck, with the most softest porn music I have ever heard. Even though that girl has got a cracking pair of tits, I can't concentrate on it. That guy's nipple hair is out of control. There's even one completely blatant scene in here, just to gaze in their gorgeousness. Oh dear. So after about 30 seconds of dry humping, it usually only takes me a third of that, the woman hears a rare bird and the man leaves the girl that's wet for him on his lap and fucks off to go and take a picture of it. This is where we actually see the killer of this film. Oh, sorry about that. I'm so not used to seeing the villain early on in the films that it's actually quite refreshing. Which is quite a bad thing considering. And the guy dies. So without the guy making a single sound, the woman somehow hears him and gets changed. And oh no lady, no, that top you're wearing will not hold your jubblies in if you try to run away. There we go. So she falls over, the killer catches up to her and kills her. And then the opening credits. Oh, Jesus. Ha! Starring. Don't flatter yourself, movie. So we are quickly introduced to our main character in this film. This fucking bint that looks like Perry from Kevin and Perry. And she's jogging down the street and... oh dear. Not liking this already, guys. And no, I'm not going to explain to you why. If you watched my previous videos, you already should know. I'm not going to put an annotation up saying, this is the reason why, like if you like food, rate, subscribe, comment. No, fuck off. If you haven't watched my previous video, then you haven't. I'm not going to force you to. And if you have, well done, you'll understand. Sometimes I think I should rule YouTube. From that music that was just playing, I don't think we're meant to trust that kitchen. Oh, is it shower time? I'll just leave you alone there. Or not. The cameraman seems to want to check if you're washing behind your ears properly. But no, it's just her boyfriend. Oh, what a wanker. Well, I am surprised. Who would have thought there would have been a fake jump scare with no build-up in a horror film? I'm looking at you, Paranormal Activity 4. Cats are not fucking scary. So these two are Trisha and Steve, and they both lose their shit because the girl with the great tits was last seen at the Wood that they are going to go stay at for the weekend. And this complete twat is Jay. He's going to spend the weekend with those two, and he's on his way to fetch his girlfriend Nicole.
Motherfucker! Where the fuck did you learn how to drive, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah. Probably the same place that told you, you motherfucker, that it was legal for you to be on the phone whilst driving. Fuck off.
Oh, sorry, it couldn't be that bad. The car isn't even moving.
And now for something completely different.
So we are joined up with these two hunters in a forest for some reason. And can you explain this to me, movie? Why is this guy's hat the most important part of this fucking shot? Drinking and hunting. What's the worst that could happen? Back to Jay and Nicole, sadly. And oh wow, really? You're gonna let that lovely lady carry her own bag? Aren't you a gentleman?
But to give him credit, I would have too. She's the only character that I remember from this film. Well, not because she was actually decent or I liked her. Fuck no. It's because she was the most annoying. So yeah, you can carry your bags yourself, you stupid bitch.
You look great, okay? Now spit that gum out. You know I hate that peppermint smell.
It's not peppermint, it's wintergreen.
Whatever it is, it makes me want to puke. Spit it out.
Wouldn't that just make the smell worse? I mean, she didn't throw it out the window, she just spat it out. You dumb fucks.
So Steve and Trisha carry on packing and he shows Trisha his knife. And whoa, don't wave it around, you insensitive prick. Her mum and dad were raped and killed by a knife. Not a person using a knife, no. Just the knife itself.
I think that now is a very good time. You and I are about to go on a weekend trip together, and I don't want to start this on a bad note.
It's just been a rough couple of months for us, you know? And
So being with that person for 2 to 3 days without any distractions is a perfect plan. Right?
What's the fucking holdup? God.
I know, right? The story's taking forever to kick in. So once they get in the car, they have a few driving scenes and it feels a bit like Manos Hands of Fight for no reason. And not much really happens. Well, except this.
That's strange. That was my reaction to when I saw Jack and Jill.
But yeah, all of them get killed, despite one of them having a fucking gun. So Team Twat Pack get lost and decide to ask this bloke for directions, and who walks like that? Ah, they scare him and he dies.
Oh shit.
So yeah, he's dead. They don't find any directions to get to Camp Blood, and that's the end of the film. No fucking use, that never works.
Ah, zombie! But seriously, he's fine. Good thing too, listen to the way he says Camp Blood.
You mean Camp Blood?
It's like he's drank a cocktail of cigarettes, whiskey and WD-40. I love this guy, even though he's clearly in on it. Did I ruin the film for you guys? Oh.
So this is Thatcher, and he tells us the story of the killer called, The Killer.
Guide waiting for us.
Ah, that's good. Ha! A kite! He's even more ignorant than you are!
Jesus, movie, if this guy Iraq's anymore, your colours might actually set right. No, there's no hope. No hope whatsoever.
So Thatcher finally gives him directions to Camp Blood.
Camp Blood!
Blood camp! Fuck.
And they're on their way. Fuck yes, Thatcher. So the group finally make it to Camp Blood. And we get an audio flashback from about 30 seconds ago. For no reason whatsoever fucking ever.
Boy, you and your friends don't want to go to Camp Blood!
So Jay has organised a guy to spend the weekend with him and told him to meet him on the car park. And they're not there, which nearly caused him to put some emotion behind this line.
Me too. Where the fuck is that guide, man? God.
You'll laugh now, but back in the primitive video editing days of 2000, that crossfade cost $50,000 to make. Oh, those were the days.
Come on, give me. Put it up here.
Did you guys hear that?
What? I heard it.
With the sound of that bird call and then the loud music playing afterwards, you'd be tricked into thinking that that bird call is used by the killer to lure the people out to be murdered. You'd think that, but strangely enough, nobody at that studio did as well, so this was just a massive cock-up on the editor's behalf. Well played, lads.
Stop.
Hammer time.
oh God, Steve!
What? Those boots don't match those trousers? Some people are. But no, this isn't the killer, this is the so-called guide. And if I was that guy, I'd kick her right in the bollocks for holding me down.
Please don't say that.
What? Girls don't have bollocks.
He's my boyfriend.
Shit!
So this is the guy called Harris, and Jay plays a bit of an arse because he wanted to meet her on the car park and she didn't, and he threatens not to keep her on, but everybody decides to just keep her in the pact anyway.
I mean, why would they not? Without her, they would only increase the chances of them getting even more lost and reduce the chances of them being able to find a way home. And on top of that, they'll just endlessly wander the woods, get further deep, probably killed by a bear. Could be a good idea, actually.
Everyone gets a bit tired, so they stop for a rest, and Trisha asks Harris about the story about the mad clown killer, which he just passes off as not being true.
Keep this in mind.
So they finally find a place to camp. Yes, and there's that music again. It must be the gum. That's the true identity of the killer.
Over there in the bushes.
I don't see anything.
There! Something just moved.
So you guys have walked miles and miles away from civilization and pretty much walked miles and miles into a forest, and you see a rustle in the bushes and you're not thinking this could be an animal of some sort. Motherfuckers, if you fell asleep in your tent, I'd be shocked if there wasn't a bear chewing on your leg when you woke up.
So that build-up was just to scare Nicole. Mate, you're not getting any tonight, well done. Or is he? What?
What the hell, movie? This guy leaves his girlfriend, scatters his clothes around to make it look like he's been attacked, jumps out on her, scares her shitless, and she likes this. Well, clearly that's the reason why I'm not pulling birds. I'm not scaring them enough. That's the reason, right?
So, back at camp, Harris picks up Steve's knife and... Okay, seriously, what's the story with this fucking knife? Seriously, I mean, this amounts to nothing. Nothing whatsoever, doesn't help in any way. Why is it such a big thing?
Hey, Harris, you think you can handle lighting this thing, huh?
Let's do it.
No. Don't use that type of wood. No. That's that type of wood that if you set fire to it, it lunges the world forward 12 hours instantly.
Let's do it. Yeah!
Okay, who wants a marshmallow?
Not me.
Told you. And on top of that, fire doesn't light that fucking way, guys.
Jesus, Steve, don't you know any songs, huh? Yeah, how about, Don't Fear the Reaper?
See if I remember.
Don't Fear the Reaper. I actually know this one. This is quite weird. Let me just...
So everyone's sitting around the fire and they're about to tell ghost stories, and take a flying guess who has a story to tell.
The story of how this place came to be called Camp Blood. Camp Blood? When I asked you about that earlier, you said you hadn't even heard of it before. I didn't want to scare you.
Oh yeah, because giving them a preemptive chance to turn around and be saved was a lot more suitable than hopefully waiting for them to tell ghost stories just so you could shit them up. And on top of that, why these guys want to even speak about ghost stories? They already know somebody from the park went missing, so they're already going to be on high alert. You know what, fuck it, I hope the person comes, kills them, and rapes all their fucking bodies. Gooby, please.
So Harris decides to tell the backstory of why the killer clown became a violent murderer. It's because his wife was shagging some random geezer, so he killed him.
Because killing them was his only option. You fucking idiots. Now there's something that really bothers me about this scene. The guy wears the mask throughout. Also he's called Stanley for some reason. But anyway, he wears this mask. Now this could either be because they want a big reveal at the end, or they want to show us a prequel. And that's the one I'm thinking of. Now, I've actually got Camp Blood 2, but it's sealed. Hopefully it'd be worth more. No, clearly if I went to sell this, I'd have to pay somebody to take it off me. So whatever's in this case is fucking staying in this case. Camp Blood 1 fucked up my computer hard drive and also made my PlayStation play up. I'm not opening this. If I open it, I don't know, probably fucking gnats or something will come out and attack me. Bees, not the bees. Oh, not the bees.
You just made that up, right?
Of course it's not true, just look, her pants are clearly on fire. So after that lovely story, everybody decides to go to bed.
Hey, you okay, baby?
Who did you think was in the tent with her?
Dude, quiet the fuck down. Jason Voorhees will hear ya. Really, movie? Do we really need to get this close to her face? The best kind of sex is when you don't move whatsoever.
Did you hear that noise?
With the sound of Jay moaning more than Marge Simpson, how could you not? So Trisha is the first to wake up as she decides to go out for a shit. Lovely.
That was my reaction to saying good luck, Chuck.
But no, it was actually Harris. This somehow makes everybody believe in the clown.
It was us.
What?
Don't you see? It's a game to him.
What? It's not fucking Jigsaw. So in a bizarre turn of events, they actually try and escape. Well, how about that?
Come on. Oh, Jesus. Let's go.
No, come on, that's a bit harsh. I don't think Harris is in any state to walk. She looks a bit shit-faced. Oh! 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 Did you hear that burn? Oh, 2 in a row! Oh, too good! Too good! Oh, yes! Yes! King of the jokes! King of the jokes!
So Nicole lightly hits her foot against a tree branch and this somehow sprains her foot. Guys, just leave her. And then suddenly the clown attacks, only to get knocked the fuck out by Steve.
Bring it on. Come back here, you son of a bitch!
That's what defeats the clown. A single jab to the face. Now, if this was any other film, they'd run off and that'd be alright. And that's what's going to happen in this, clearly. I mean, Steve wouldn't be stupid enough to follow him, would he? Would he? Would he?
Steve, no! What are you doing?
Wow, this guy's fucking stupid. Okay, maybe, granted, I'll give him the fact that he's built up full of testosterone because that girl didn't let him get his rocks off all week. But why would he chase the killer? What is he hoping to do? Murder him? Then he'd be sent down. It would be a safer option for him to just fuck off, go and tell the police, they'll come back and eventually find him and arrest him. His reign of terror might last for an extra fucking hour, that's about it. What are you expecting him to do? There's nobody else in that fucking forest. I don't know.
Whoa, Steve, didn't you know it was rude to look at Machete sunbathing without asking? So he manages to become disarmed, somehow, and this leads to the best scene in this entire movie.
I don't know what it is with this scene. I mean, it might be just the single machete sound being played over and over again, or the fact that 2 grown men are fighting in a waterfall and the director's just shouting at them, yeah, this will look great in post, guys, don't worry, we've got a slow motion effect.
Yup, there we go. So Steve dies after a fight scene lasting a little over 2 minutes. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but when the action is as dull and as slow as that was, it is.
Careful, movie, you don't want to break that 99p joke machete. You'll use up a third of your budget if you do.
So all of a sudden, Trisha starts getting chased by the killer, and the movie likes to give us a little recap on what the hell's happened.
Movie, your story isn't that convoluted. I think we understand everything.
So somehow Trisha manages to meet up with Jay and Nicole again. I don't know how, and the clown sneaks up on them, looking so out of place in this scene, it is hilarious. So now Trisha gets knocked the fuck out, and the clown steals Nicole? Okay, you're no Bowser, she's no Princess Peach, why did you take her? So Jay runs off to go and find Nicole, and he ends up stabbing her. How the fuck did you mistake her for a 6-foot killer clown?
You know I never hurt you.
Do I even need to say anything?
So Trisha manages somehow to find the car park where they first started off, and she meets Thatcher there. After yelling at him frantically for about 20 minutes, he tries to knock her unconscious. He was in on it the whole time! What a twist!
So a machete can be embedded in somebody's skull pretty easy, but it won't cut through somebody's hand. Really?
She manages to pick the machete up and attack Thatcher, but not the clown. She cleverly takes the weapon with her though and escapes. Oh wait, no she doesn't. But in a bizarre twist, this happens.
What? That special effect was perfect in every way. Keep going.
Wow, that puts Saw's special effects to shame. So she unmasks the clown and it's Harris. Who would have guessed? Me. So Trisha wakes up in a mental hospital, and for fuck's sake, the doctor is Steve.
Seriously, movie, you couldn't afford one more actor.
Oh, and the police officer is Jay. And this whole entire film was just a dream by a mental person. Fuck off, Camp Blood.
And that's how it ends. So, Camp Blood. What do I think of Camp Blood? As much as I've ripped on this whole entire video, it's a laugh. I'll give them that. This is the first time I could say this film made me laugh. I mean, as much as it is bad, the fucking video effects are awful, the acting is shit, and really, the story's just boring, but there's something about it. It's got like this little charm to it, and I guess I'd say if you're really into bad films, this is something that you could enjoy. But Camp Blood 2, no, I'm not opening this just for the pure fact that I can't find anywhere else that actually does a copy of Camp Blood 3. And I don't really want to promise to you guys that I will do the Camp Blood series. You know, I did the same with the Killjoy series, and I managed to find a copy of the third one and the fourth one. Yeah, cheers for that, by the way, guys. Yeah, I know there's a fourth Killjoy. Fucking days and literally a week after I did my video, like the fucking Killjoy 4 video come out. But anyways, I digress. Camp Blood. It is bad. I didn't like it at first, and then watching it again, I have had a bit of a laugh with it, and my brother and some friends that watched it with me, we did enjoy it, so I guess that's a recommendation. Take it how you want. Either way, this bit at the end of my videos is going to be a bit more of a truthful insight. I feel like I'm being a bit too harsh on these films. Actually, what the fuck am I saying? These films fucking deserve it. Anyways, I've been Josh. I don't have a sign off, so fuck off, basically.